Russia's Putin proposes direct talks with Ukraine.
Vietnamese and Russian leaders witnessed the signing of multiple bilateral cooperation agreements.
Promoting agricultural digitalization, increasing efficiency, reducing risks.
Hello everyone, you are watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Sunday suggested holding direct talks with Ukraine on May 15 in Istanbul. The goal could be to reach lasting peace and address the main causes of the conflict.
Speaking from the Kremlin on May 11, Putin announced that Russia is ready to resume direct negotiations with Ukraine without any preconditions. According to Russian President, the goal of this initiative is not only to temporarily cease fire for rearmament, but to resolve the root causes of the conflict and establish a lasting and sustainable peace. The statement was made by the Russian president after the leaders of Ukraine, the UK, France, Germany and Poland on May 10 in Kiev affirmed that they would introduce new sanctions against Russia and provide military support to Ukraine if Moscow did not agree to the 30-day ceasefire proposal.
After a period of tension, the US and China have sent top economic officials to Geneva, Switzerland to discuss trade issues. On the second day of the talks, the meeting drew special attention when President Trump unexpectedly proposed cutting tariffs on Chinese goods, suggesting a reduction of up to 80%.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Trade Representative Jamieson Greer held talks with their Chinese counterparts, focusing on core points causing bilateral trade rifts. The U.S. aims to reduce the trade deficit, create a fair playing field and control the trade of fentanyl. Notably, the U.S. has provided a list of specific measures for China to prevent the flow of this chemical, suggesting the removal of some tariffs if there is progress. On the Chinese side, Beijing has shown its initiative in seeking solutions. Having approached the U.S. on the fentanyl issue, China may consider increasing its purchases of goods and investment in the United States. Experts say that comprehensive negotiations may not take place immediately, but China's sending of high-ranking officials shows the importance it attaches to these negotiations.
After their meeting at Moscow on the afternoon of May 10, Vietnamese Party General Secretary To Lâm and Russian President Vladimir Putin witnessed the signing of several cooperation agreements between the two countries.
The agreements include cooperation between the Voice of Vietnam and the State Budget Agency of the Russian Federation on music, cultural and educational programs, cooperation between major universities such as Hanoi National University and Moscow National University of International Relations, Ho Chi Minh National Academy of Politics and the Academy of National Economics and Public Administration under the President of Russia. Notably, the Vietnam Vaccine Joint Stock Company and the Russian Direct Investment Fund also signed a Memorandum of Understanding on cooperation. In the energy sector, the Vietnam Oil and Gas Group and Russian partners signed a gas purchase and sale contract. The two countries also agreed on a roadmap for peaceful nuclear energy cooperation for the period 2025 to 2030. In addition, the ministries and sectors of the two countries also signed many other important documents on cooperation in health, justice, tourism and science and technology. On the same day, the two ministers of defense signed the Strategic Partnership Plan in the defense sector for the period 2026 to 2030.
Coming up next are some updated news.
Vietnam will organize a ceremony to break ground and inaugurate 80 major national-scale projects in celebration of the 80th anniversary of National Day. The projects under the steering committee include 37 projects out of 95 component projects, with a total investment capital of over 1 million billion VND. Ministries, branches and localities have made efforts to implement assigned tasks. Many difficulties and obstacles have been resolved. The construction progress of the projects has clearly changed. Especially 19 projects and component projects have been put into operation, such as 16 expressways, Terminal T3 of Tan Son Nhut International Airport. 52 projects and component projects are under construction, basically following the set schedule. Besides, there are still some difficulties and obstacles that need to be focused on to be resolved.
In the first quarter of 2025, the gross regional domestic product in Nghệ An is estimated to reach 8%, lower than the level needed to ensure the average target for 2025. However, the province has determined not to adjust the growth target but to focus on accelerating in the following quarters. The Department of Finance has coordinated with the Nghệ An Provincial Statistics Office and related departments, branches and sectors to review and adjust the growth scenario for the second quarter and the remaining quarters of 2025, to ensure the annual growth target reaches 10.5%. On average, each quarter increases by about 0.23% compared to the original scenario. To achieve the growth target in 2025 as planned, the People's Committee of Nghệ An Province has directed sectors and localities to implement many key solutions, synchronously and effectively perform tasks in May and the second quarter of 2025 to be determined to complete the growth target in 2025 at 10.5%.
On the evening of May 15th, the opening ceremony of the 2025 Sen Village Festival and the inauguration ceremony of the statue, Uncle Ho visits his hometown, will take place solemnly at the Sen Village Stadium, Kim Lien Commune, Nam Dan District. The highlight of the ceremony is the art program with the theme, Monument in Millions of Hearts, which is elaborately staged under the direction, choreography and direction of famous artists. Many famous artists will appear on the stage of the opening ceremony of the Sen Village Festival this year, contributing to creating profound and emotional performances, realistically recreating the image of Uncle Ho and touching stories about him through many performances staged in the form of singing, dancing, folk songs and dramatization.
In recent years, Nghệ An has actively promoted digital transformation in agriculture. Many smart farming solutions have been applied to production, processing, and distribution. These efforts have helped boost labor productivity, improve efficiencies, ensure food safety and hygiene, protect the environment, and enhance competitiveness of agricultural products in the market.
In Đài Phát Commune, Đài Chau District, in recent crops, remote-controlled aircraft have been widely used to spray pesticides on more than 90 hectares of rice. Farmers do not need to directly spray pesticides but only need to participate in monitoring. The effectiveness of remote-controlled aircraft is very high. People are very supportive because it ensures health, time, quality, and at the same time it is also uniform, which is very beneficial. Remote-controlled aircraft are also used by many cooperatives to sow rice. Sowing and spraying by aircraft can be programmed and performed accurately, contributing to optimizing the cultivation process and improving the quality of agricultural products. Currently, Nghệ An has dozens of cooperatives equipped with aircraft to perform this stage. The efficiency of the aircraft is 100% high and reduces the cost of pesticides by 30% and labor costs for farmers by 50%. Packaging is cleaned and collected at one point. In addition, agricultural management applications on smartphones are also helping farmers grasp information and make timely and accurate farming decisions. Besides that, digitalization also opens up opportunities to bring Nghệ An agricultural products to e-commerce platforms, reaching consumers across the country. When we buy and sell, all customers come to the floor to monitor, to see which place has better quality to bring back to sell to people. Better quality medicine, plant protection, and seeds are also thanks to digital transformation. We do peanut oil and sesame oil pressing services. Thanks to network we also sell a lot. Currently, digitalization in agriculture still has many barriers and difficulties. However, agriculture is one of the 8 priority areas for digital transformation according to the government's approval of the National Digital Transformation Program to 2025. with a vision to 2030. This is an important opportunity for agriculture to strive to become a smart, modern, and sustainable agriculture.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.